Hi folks, I've recently been recommended Sonax BSD or Brilliant Shine Detailer. Was doing a bit of research, quite a few people rave about it. Basically from a detailing point of view, it can probably be best described as a bit of a sealant. It's not really quite like a quick detailer. It's a wee bit different than that it does sort of need buffed on and buffed off, just with a sort of applied with a microfiber towel and then sort of buffed off with it. It can have a sort of gloopy, sticky texture when you do apply it, and the residue left in the paintwork can make it feel sticky. Not everybody's a fan of that. Everybody generally likes a slick sort of paintwork feeling that way. But what you can also do is turn it into a drying aid, which is what I would tend to do with quick detailers. But naturally, this having a wee bit more longevity than a quick detailer, I'm going to water this down 1 part water to 1 part BSD and try out that as a trial just to see how it works as a drying aid. And the idea is, after I've washed the car, I will give this a spray over before when it's wet and before I dry it. Just give it a few quick sprays over the car and then dry it off. I'll see how that works. There might still be some buffing required, but I could well find a good quality drying towel takes it all off. And it obviously is watered down, so it might not quite be it won't be as strong as the full undiluted solution, but it may well lead to a quicker, easier application of the BSD, and we'll see how that works out. So anyway, moving on, you can see from my first trial I've got carried away and I've got 3 bottles of BSD there. I also have a third-party aftermarket spray bottle there. You can see it's half filled with water. I've got the measurements ready, and obviously the spray head to go with. And just as a note, I'm going to try 50-50, 1 part water, 1 part BSD, and I've measured roughly up to the top of that spray bottle, just that wee lip there where I'm pointing with my finger. 800 ml in total, and that water that's filled in there, if you can see that in the camera, is sitting at 400 ml there. So next job is to put in some of the BSD into the water bottle. First step, make sure you give this bottle a good shake to get it ready. I've been shaking this for quite a while, so it should be pretty much good to go. And handily, these spray bottles or the spray lids on the BSD bottles come off quite well. So just turn it anti-clockwise and it pops off like so. Try not to spill any at the same time. Okay, and I will just decant this into the spray bottle as best I can. Okay, that's pretty much half of the BSD there, the bottle, the trigger bottle of its original trigger bottle in the spray bottle. So what I'm going to try now is, next time you'll see me on camera, it'll be either probably the Civic or the R32. Just after a wash, going to apply this, see how it sprays on and how it comes off and how the car dries from there. And it could well be a nice quick solution to add a bit of extra shine and possibly water repellency to the car. We'll find out and see how that goes. And fingers crossed, of course. Okay folks, this is me going to give the Sonax BSD a quick go as a drying aid. I'm going to probably run round the car now and give most panels a quick spray, then run round with a towel afterwards. I'm going to try that technique and see how it works out. We'll see. The only thing is, I'm parked under a set of trees here, trying to keep the Civic out of the sun as best I can. It does say in the instructions not to do this in direct sunlight. Being watered down and the car's wet, it should probably be okay, but this is probably the best I can do from a shelter point of view. So let's see how this goes. I have to say, folks, first impressions are very good. The paintwork on this car is not great. It's a track car, so it does see a lot of abuse. While the paint's fairly clean, it doesn't really get the full treatment that some of my other cars do. But I would certainly say that BSD has added a sort of depth of a shine and sort of brought out the metallic colour of the silver that bit more. It's quite hard to tell, as you can probably see the sun's going in and out of the clouds, so it does change, but it certainly has brought up the silver paint, I would say, just from a quick look. Obviously looks are subjective at the end of the day. And also one of the things will be to see how well it sort of repels dirt, or does it keep the car cleaner. Water beading is a sort of secondary thing to me that way, but it is due to rain tomorrow, so if I get a second tomorrow, I'll come out and see how the beads look in the car. But it seems to have worked well. That trick of watering it down, 1 part water to 1 part BSD, is a good idea. You don't have any of the stickiness or drag that some people report when you do it without any dilution, or when you apply it without any dilution. So yeah, dead easy. And you can see I used stacks probably far too much in the paintwork as I went round. Seems to work, dead easy. A quick couple of sprays over all the panels just before you dry the car, dead easy. So yeah, I'll finish off drying off the car, and hopefully the next clip you'll see will be whenever the car's wet, after a rainstorm, or if need be I'll bring out the hose and hose down the car just to see how it repels water and try and give you a visual sort of idea of how well it's lasting. But yeah, I'll crack on and get this thing dried off properly now. Here's a little update of the Civic after using Sonax BSD after a bit of a rainstorm. I applied the BSD on Thursday afternoon, and this is Saturday late morning. You can see there's stacks and stacks of beads in the car, so I work my way around. Obviously beading isn't really quite a sign of protection, but it certainly is beading better than some sort of standard quick detailers I would use myself, so it certainly has added something extra over the sort of standard wash and a quick bit of quick detailer as a drying aid. And I would have said it has brought up the paintwork a wee bit better in terms of its depth of shine and things like that there. So it certainly seems to be good. And while I say, as it's not a true test, you can see the size of the beads and stuff on the roof there. I'll go over to the R32 here and show you it as well. Okay, there's the R32 there. You can see the beads and stuff in it too. Yeah, like I say, it certainly does seem to to have added something to the paint. How long it lasts is really my big sort of determining factor in how good or bad it is, but it was certainly easy to use. It doesn't have the stickiness that you would get from the paint whenever you apply it undiluted. So watering BSD down does seem to work, and it makes it much easier to apply. So that's certainly my tip, to do something like that. So I would certainly recommend using that method. I'll report back after obviously using the car for a few weeks to see how well it holds up or lasts, but certainly seems to have worked quite well. Fingers crossed anyway, because it was a very easy thing to apply, just using it as a drying aid, no real hassle. Okay, all the best, bye.